With a star responding to criticism and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on and don't forget to like the video. Speaking about Roman Reigns previously struggling as a babyface in WWE and the differences between Roman and Cody Rhodes in that role, Paul Heyman told Forbes, because Roman's rise as the protagonist in WWE folklore was the corporate portrayal of how the corporation viewed Roman Reigns and Joe Inoue behind the scenes as Roman Reigns. And with Cody, what you see is what you get. This is Cody. Cody loves to stay in the arena after the show shaking every hand, posing with every fan, signing every autograph. If it takes him 1 hour or 3, that's what he's always dreamt of doing, of being the person that they rely on to satisfy that level of a fan base. That's just not Roman Reigns. He's a game day player. He's there to do his job, do it better than everybody else or anybody else, then get out and go home. His job is to feed his family, and he feeds his family by being the best at what he does on the face of the planet now, if not ever. He's not the baby kissing autograph signer. It's just not him. So when he's put in the position that this is what a top guy in WWE, in sports entertainment does, the audience smells it. They go, he doesn't really like doing this. Cody loves doing it, so he's much better at it. On TikTok, Roman Reigns responded to a fan regarding the gray hair in his beard.
This is because Jay. This is Jay and Sammy's fault. This is what happens. You try to give an inch and they try to take a mile. And they've aged me. And thank God my skin is of genetic quality that's unmatched of this earth. So thank God my skin is so beautiful and smooth and kissed by the sun. Are you kidding me? If anything, these grays they just showcase my experience. Screw that guy.
Responding to those that are critical of his promo abilities, Kenny Omega noted during a Twitch stream, everybody's wondering, Kenny, why is Kenny so bad at promos? He doesn't have promo game. He needs to cut a promo. That's all I care about. Shut the F up. Jesus Christ. You're trying to talk about a guy who sold 45,000 cedars with my storytelling? You're trying to tell me I don't know how to tell stories because I don't have a yelling promo voice? Yeah, you tell me, and then you're gonna say, oh, well, The Rock sold more. Of course he did. He's the goddamn Rock, and you know what? I'm not bad myself. I try my best. Honestly though, guys, when I want to tell a story and I have a way to tell it, I'll tell it in my ways. That's all there is to it. And maybe if something that I've done isn't exciting or my American style promos just aren't doing it for you, well, I got news for you because I don't care. I don't care. It sucks. Hey, I got out there feeling like, man, what am I even doing out here? Why am I even wasting my time? And you can make of it what you will. You can make of it what you will. Say bad things, troll me, whatever, criticize. It doesn't make a difference to me. It really doesn't. So, and you know what? You guys actually on me a little bit about the promo thing. Hey, it might even inspire me a little bit to care. So, no. Promo slander is absolutely allowed. It's just like, if you guys are gonna say, hey, I didn't like a promo, or you don't know how to cut promos, number one, what's the purpose of a promo? Of course, it's to sell a match, and if you're wondering, and if you look at the records will indicate that I have done my fair share of trying to sell matches in my own way. I have a promo style and cadence and speech, and do I use buzzwords in the same way that other people do? Maybe no. Maybe it's just my own thing. I don't know. But all I do know is that when the performance of a promo or the performance of speaking hinges on the success of a matchup or wrestling card, I'm gonna do what I can to make sure that I sell the card. And I feel like, you know, when I was champion in AEW, and that's going so far back, I felt like I did a really good job, and I'm not one to hang my hat on numbers, things like that. I don't wrestle for ratings. I want people to feel something when I perform, and if the people who are watching that are tuned in, they care, and it's not just popcorn wrestling wrestling where it's like, okay, I'm watching it for a second and then it's out of my mind. Then I feel like I'm doing my duty as a professional wrestler, spreading the message of how powerful and how beautiful wrestling can be, and for the numbers during my run and segments to top over 1 million and to grow even in moments when it was just wrestling. One of the things I was most proud of, I don't know when it was exactly, but I did a cold Iron Man match against Pac where, yeah, we had a story, but we just started the episode of Dynamite with a 30-minute Iron Man match, and that was kind of unprecedented at that point in time anyway, and I think we had like 1.1 mil, and I think we were floating around, 859,000 at that time, so it was really nice to see that just good wrestling, and wrestling was drawing numbers in that way in that moment. So that's a match actually in my AEW tenure. It's a match that I'm very, very proud of because it was just wrestling and people tuned in to watch wrestling, and that was very nice feeling. And in that same regard, the story that I was able to tell with Hangman Adam Page was a good combination of both, what you do outside of the ring, but then when you perform, what you perform in the way that you need to perform it when it came time to blow off the thing. So I'm really proud of that stuff, so it's all good memories. It's all good memories, and hopefully if I can come back, then I'll be able to create some more. And I hope I do it in a capacity with stuff that's fun, challenging. Actually, challenging might be the best way to put it. Like being challenged a lot. Sticking with Kenny Omega on Twitch, he would be streaming as Adam Cole and Rhea made an appearance. Cole could also be seen not wearing his boot as he looks to be making progress in his recovery following ankle surgery.
Oh my goodness! Hello, my Woo! Hello, Peter. That's right. No music. How do you hear? All right. The mic automatically doesn't take it, but guys, say hello to Riho.
This is Riho.
Okay. So, hello. Hello. What's the matter? Want to sit? I'll just stay off cam.
Oh boy.
All right.
Oh boy. I'm nervous.
All right. By the way,
I'm
you're gonna end up being player
nervous.
1. Hey,
Okay.
Player 2. All right. So,
Okay.
Yep.
Talk about the beatdown The Rock gave Cody Rhodes on Raw. Dutch Mantel said this on his Storytime podcast. I was telling somebody the other day, Cody Rhodes must be the most hated man in the WWE dressing room because he's getting the dog crap beat out of him, and not one wrestler or one referee or one agent goes to help him. And actually, they can make an angle out of this. Seth Rollins, of course, he didn't go out there because in his mindset, he wants Cody to get taken out because Cody's standing in his way of getting to where he wants to be. Taking to X, AEW commentator Tony Schiavone revealed he is mourning the loss of his dog, posting these photos and writing, "Tonight I had to say goodbye to my best buddy, my good boy, my buggity bug. He passed away peacefully in my arms. Lois was there along with my son, daughter, and granddaughter. We gave him a piece of chocolate because no dog should leave this world without knowing the taste of chocolate. He was such a good boy and I will miss him tremendously. I appreciate everyone who has reached out and have sent my family and I messages. We appreciate it more than you know. Love your dogs. We only have them for a little while." Going over her relationship with AEW following her joining of WWE, Jade Cargill told Fightful, "It's all business, it's all business. I lived in a very loving, professional manner. I did what I had to do. Everybody was very elated for me, whether they figured something out or not. They were elated for me, they were happy for me. No ill feelings towards in any manner." Reacting to Rhea Ripley's viral stinkface spot at a WWE live event, Becky Lynch said this to Steve Fall of Wrestling News. "That just sucks that we're talking about that. Like when I think of the amount of women that were at one stage fighting against that treatment, like that was what they were forced to do in 2-minute matches. Maybe I'm just like stuffy and jaded because this is the stuff that I had to fight against. Of course, everybody loves it, and it's cool and it's edgy, but if I'm a little girl sitting in the crowd, and if I have my daughter and she's seeing that, and she's thinking that that's what she needs to be if she's a professional wrestler, and that's the stuff that's getting a reaction, and if I'm a girl who's grown up and wants to be a professional wrestler, and I see, oh well, that's the stuff that gets a reaction, and that's the stuff that people are talking about, and that's the stuff that we're posting on social media, and we continue to, and even the company does and pushes that, then that is the stuff that gets over, and then I'm not taken seriously for what I do in the ring. And for the person that I am and the mind that I have, no, it's just about my body. It's about how it looks, and it's about fulfilling a bunch of men's fantasies out there in the crowd, and it becomes not about the art, it becomes about that. And I fought so long to change that, so I kind of go when I'm talking about that, and when I'm forced to answer about that, I go, that just sucks. That just sucks. Previously, Goldberg said this in an interview regarding his undefeated streak in WCW being eclipsed by Asuka on NXT. A girl beat my winning streak, beat my undefeated streak. Yeah, I can't even remember. Asuka is her name? Some Japanese girl, and they touted her as being the one to have the longest winning streak. And it just so happened that that culminated when I got there. And then it just so happened that every single wrestler uses the spear in their moves. Pretty ironic that happened when I got there, right? The fact that I didn't get along with Paul Levesque, Triple H, which is Vince McMahon's son-in-law, I think had everything to do with it. On his Storytime podcast, Dutch Mantel had this to say regarding Goldberg's comments. Listen, Bill, wrestling, whether you've been informed of this or not, it's pre-planned. And he did it in a way that the match never got underway. It was over in a minute, and they did this for months and months and months. The real thing is that if that didn't get you over, nothing would. Let me say something about Bill Goldberg. He got his streak over. It caught on and people liked it. But if he went more than 5 minutes, you know what you'd do? You'd be looking for those concession stands because he couldn't do a 5-10 minute match. Hey, who used the spear tonight? Remember, there was a spear used by somebody? I forgot now. And I was thinking automatically, boy, Goldberg's mad. That's what Asuka needs to do. Boom. Falling is a EW departure. This was said regarding Mike Santana, as Ringside News wrote that according to Fightful Select, TNA is in the works to bring in Santana, who was a former member of LAX and has notably held the House of Glory Championship. This potential move would mark a return to familiar territory for Santana within the TNA promotion. Responding to race-based attacks that she received for being on the cover of the newest WWE 2K video game, Bianca Belair said this to Metro UK. The negativity never actually got through to me. I'm not the one that goes and searches or vanity searches my name anyway, but I've still to this day never actually seen what was said. I'm 35 years old and I'm able to handle that. But kids, that's what kids are going through now. So we have to make sure that we stand up for that type of stuff. Talking about a full circle moment for him ahead of the UFL opening season, The Rock posted this video to Instagram.
I want to show you guys something pretty damn cool here. My hotel suite here in Dallas, Texas on a Friday night, baby. It's good to be back in Dallas. I did some of my growing up here in Dallas when I was a little punk kid. I'm still a punk kid. It's always good to, in a way, come back home. So across the street from my hotel suite, I open the curtain and voila. That is our stadium where we will kick off tomorrow, Saturday, March 30th. We will kick off our inaugural historic season of the UFL, the United Football League, the big historic merging in professional football between our XFL and the USFL. And man, I just got to say that I opened these curtains and I was like, holy shit. Just as an owner of the UFL, this kind of stuff, it never gets old. And as many, if not all of you know, that my dream when I was, a teenager, getting in trouble, getting arrested, doing a lot of stupid shit that I shouldn't have been doing, when I picked up the game of football, my dream was to play in the NFL. And of course that never happened for me, but it's just wild and crazy how life can at times come full circle. And man, it's coming full circle for me because I get to now just help provide an opportunity for players and coaches to live their dreams. And man, that's a cool feeling. So there it is. That is our UFL stadium. We kick off our inaugural historic season tomorrow. So everybody tune in. We are on Fox. We're on ABC, ESPN, and man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Let's fucking go. UFL, baby. Thank you guys for your love and support. I really appreciate it.
Going over the reasons for an absence in AEW, Ringside News wrote that Switchblade Jay White's absence from recent live appearances on AEW Dynamite or Collision has raised questions among fans. According to reports by Sean Ross Sapp on Fightful Select, visa issues are the primary reason behind White's absence. These issues prevent him from working in Canada, where some recent AEW shows have taken place. However, White has still been featured in pre-filmed videos alongside Bullet Club Gold during these episodes. As she is set to team up with Bianca Belair and Naomi against Damage Control at WrestleMania 40, Jade Cargill wrote this on X, like, y'all, I'm going to my first WrestleMania. At that, I'm performing. It just hit me. Life is crazy. Speaking of Jade Cargill, this was said regarding her entrance on SmackDown as Ringside News wrote that the Storm came out to one of the most classy entrances of all time, which millions around the world loved. As per a recent report on Fightful Select, Jade Cargill's entrance on SmackDown had a lot of efforts involved. The star's entrance underwent numerous adjustments and involved contributions from every major producer in the company. Recalling his match against Randy Orton at WrestleMania 35, AJ Styles said this on a Fanatics live stream. That's definitely one to forget because the lights were blinding people. We were supposed to go 2 or 1, and then, of course, Brock Lesnar gets to do anything he wants, so he switched it. By the time we went out there, the lights had come on and blinded half the stadium. I was pissed. You know who was even more pissed than me? Randy Orton. I knew I didn't have to get mad if Randy was mad. Talking about the WWE contract status of Cody Rhodes, Ringside News wrote that in an interview with Justin Walker, Cody Rhodes confirmed that he has signed a new multi-year contract with WWE. When asked if he still plans to retire when he turns 40, Cody confirmed he signed a new contract with WWE. I can tell you 40 is out of the question just because, not to give you a scoop, it was widely reported, but I did sign a new contract with WWE. It extends beyond my 40th birthday. He continued, expressing his desire to step away from wrestling without it being a painful process, citing the experience of seeing his father, Dusty Rhodes, continue wrestling into old age. Cody emphasized the importance of being present for his daughter, who is 2 years old, and acknowledged that he has entered a prime phase of his career later in life. The plan is still, when it's time to step out without it being a painful process, solely because I saw my dad, Dusty Rhodes, Rhodes as an old man wrestler, and he loved it and enjoyed it, but as his son, it was hard to see. My daughter is 2 going on 3. There does have to be a time, just like he was with us, where I have to be home all the time and be there with her. It's not 40 anymore. I'll update the number. I hit the prime run late in the game. I have to forget that I'm nearing 40. Back in December, this was said regarding the WWE deal of Cody Rhodes as he re-signed in October. The length and financial terms of the new contract is unknown, but Meltzer said it was a similar timing situation to Charlotte Flair, where it was learned this month she signed a new contract months prior. For a health update on Jerry the King Lawler, it was said that WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Lawler recently underwent a knee replacement surgery. PWInsider.com is confirmed with multiple sources. Everyone at PWInsider.com sends Lawler all the best for a quick and painless recovery. When it comes to WWE legends John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin appearing at WrestleMania 40, Dave Meltzer noted in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, "Time will tell, but we were told not to read into that regarding the main events. There is said to be a mystery slot, but whether that mystery is Cena or somebody else is not known." It would be added that Ringside News reached out to a senior member of the WWE creative team regarding Dave Meltzer's report about a mystery slot at WrestleMania 40. According to the response received, there was no indication of a mystery slot in their lineup sheet. Furthermore, it was clarified that neither Steve Austin nor John Cena will be competing at the Showcase of the Immortals. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.